fateful night, under a full moon bright, Darkgate Asylum was infiltrated. This naive intruder sympathized with the inmates. She believed they were misunderstood victims, not monsters. So like a thief in the night, this foolish activist stole the guards' keys and unlocked the prisoners' cells. Tragically, she learned all too late that these patients weren't caged for not fitting in, but because they are violent, they are deranged, and they are homicidal. Her pretend crusade for justice morphed into a very real bloodbath. Inmates attacked the guards. Doctors and nurses fled the insane asylum, running for their lives. And into the dark, the monsters vanished, now free to walk among you and me. Some inmates escaped to the west. Other patients retreated to the east. But the scariest ones scurried underground. Into the sewers and tunnels beneath Buckeye they hid, like the Boogey Man under your bed. Amid the darkness and the filth, they created a new home. These lunatics didn't mind the vulgar rats, nor the giant spiders. Toxic waste filled the air, and human debris painted the walls. Within these shadowy catacombs, the Collins brothers live and scheme. They are the creatures that go bump in the night, Halloween's most brutal psychopaths. Their faces veiled, disguised by their terrifying clown masks. Armed with chainsaws, the twins patrol this vast underworld. Their haunting laughter echoes throughout. If Eugene and Gregory catch you trespassing in their sewers, they'll show you a magic trick. One that you won't survive. Secluded from the chainsaws lay a sewer section decorated with jewelry and other pretty shiny things. Dare I say it has a woman's touch? This little slice of madness belongs to Elizabeth Spencer, the infamous Bloody Betty. For decades, she's been locked away in a deep black hole, sentenced there for her actions at a dinner party. A dinner party hosted by her scoundrel former husband and his recent, much younger bride. After being left penniless in her divorce, discarded like trash, Elizabeth snuck back into the mansion she used to call home. She poisoned the party's food and drink. As they collapsed into their entrees, Elizabeth emerged from her hiding place. The scorned woman cut off the heads of her ex-husband and her replacement. But the gore didn't stop there. Mrs. Spencer beheaded everyone, the entire dinner party. Then, Bloody Betty meticulously placed each of their 12 heads onto her old white picket fence. Now, in these murky sewers, she collects trinkets, including heads. Yours could be next. Besides the Collins brothers' unhinged laughter, another sound rings throughout these underground halls, that of a hook scraping against metal. This hook's owner is the Fisherman, a campfire legend in the flesh. His hand, missing at the wrist, replaced with a giant silver hook. Rumored to be forged from cursed objects, this sharp relic confirms unnatural powers to its holder, making him more than just a man. The Fisherman is something else, a walking abomination! Nicknamed the Fisherman for the massive holes he leaves in his victims' cheeks where he dragged them along, like a fish on a hook. For a generation, he hunted the woods of Arizona, tormenting campers and truck drivers alike. At last, he was captured near the Grand Canyon. The cops stripped him of his precious hook. But after escaping Darkgate, the unholy pair reunited. Take heed before venturing into this damp craven, because the fisherman might catch you! Besides the awful sounds, many awful smells radiate from the sewer. One in particular, which is most foul, is the stench of death. Its source is Dr. Waylon Katz. Dr. Katz wasn't a doctor at Darkgate Asylum, but another one of its patients. Long ago, he'd been a brilliant surgeon at a prominent hospital in Phoenix until he became obsessed with the occult. Searching for a way to cheat death, the good doctor began experimenting on his unknowing patients. Under the fog of anesthesia, Dr. Katz conducted his secret surgeries, replacing his victims' insides. He started with pig organs and moved on to whatever was freshest. The mad doctor tinkered on tens, if not hundreds, of souls. Many changed forever, not only physically, but also mentally. Ordinary people consumed by fits of rage and malice. They became as dangerous as their creator. While Dr. Katz was sentenced to Darkgate, the police rounded up his creations. The arresting officers wondered if these injured freaks needed a doctor or a vet. Nowadays, Dr. Katz scavenges Buckeye's underworld. He collects unwanted things, still trying to stay off death's cold hand. The disfigured doctor plays with his meat puppets to pass the time. Linger too long in these passageways, and you might end up being the missing piece in Dr. Katz's puzzle. Among these black caves, little light is seen. The only exception is a slight glimmer of candlelight. This candlelight belongs to Gormley. He used to be the groundskeeper of the mental hospital, a compulsively frugal man. Gormley insists that nothing go to waste, whether it be bits of food or body parts. Years before the asylum burned down, he dwelled in these sewers, the original occupant. Now Gormley lives here with his family. For his entire life, this awkward loner has desired a family of his own. So taking inspiration from Dr. Katz, Gormley assembled one. Please do not disturb the Gormley family dinner. If you do, you may find yourself on the menu. In the months since Darkgate fell, fear and heartbreak have plagued the citizens of Buckeye. Countless members of the community have vanished without a trace, except one. A trail of blood leading to the sewer drains and manholes, and recently severed limbs been popping up in the canals. Rumors have floated around town. Folks now believe the ghost stories. There is a West Valley, an East Valley, and an Under Valley. This is where the monsters live, hidden among the endless soiled corridors. They emerge only to grab those separated from the herd, dragging these folks into their nasty pit. Tonight, the townspeople have gathered a hunting party. You are a part of this mob. Put an end to the reign of terror perpetrated by the escaped inmates of Darkgate Asylum. But citizens of Buckeye, beware entering these murky sewers. They are filled with the sound of screams, the smell of decay, and the crunch of cockroaches beneath your feet. After all, you're hunting monsters in the dark. What could possibly go wrong?